Hi, how are you? With just a click of this button right now, I just ordered not a used KORG Wavestation, and it's going to be coming here. The reason why I bought a Wavestation was I originally searched for wavetables, but there were only like so few, and I was also looking for a MIDI controller. I was eyeing but it was out of stock. It would have been a nice controller for me to use, but then I decided more and more about the Wavestation. I thought a used one is around the same price as a 61, so why not get that? I get a Wavestation, and I also get a decent controller. There's more value in getting a Wavestation than just getting I could have gotten the VST, but I just decided why not get the hardware synth, you know? So imagine a two-dimensional grid. It is X and Y axes, and the Wavestation has 4 oscillators placed on the positive and negative sides of the X and Y axes. There is a joystick on the Wavestation that controls the relative position or coordinate on this two-dimensional grid. It controls the output and mixing of these 4 oscillators. If you put it to one side, it only outputs 1 oscillator. If you put it in between, it will output theoretically only those 2 oscillators. So if you put it in the middle, it is a good way to move between the 4 oscillators to get a moving or a shifting sort of sound, and you can control that at any point. The Wavestation also does have something called wave sequencing, which is it has a bunch of audio files, and then you can draw up a list of waves that crossfade or just step to each other in sequence. This is really cool. Oh my goodness. This is so weird. I say this is so weird, but it's actually really cool. So we're actually going to learn how to recreate the original Apple startup, or part of it anyway. If you get a Wavestation, or if you have a Wavestation and the screen is looking like this, there is a bit of a contrast knob right over here. You turn it to the left, and so yeah. The Wavestation is composed of 3 spaces. That is ROM, RAM1, and RAM2. Those are three storage places where you can store patches. And because the presets are the same, I'm just going to go ahead and select RAM1 right here with this knob wheel. I'm going to go all the way to Sandman, which is the patch that was used in the Apple startup. I'm going to hit edit. Sandman is composed of these 4 patches. I'm going to go down to Tempo Tack, and I am going to select a different thing. So around this moment when I discovered the modified Sandman patch actually had a sound or a file called Breathathon pad that was on a different ROM card that I did not have. I decided to go with, I decided to stick with Tempo Tag. Oh, by the way, once you edit something, there's a compare thing which compares the original with the edit. If you hit detail, we would turn down the transposition all the way down to 0. So we are going to do that. Exit out of here. And macros, oh, here we are. So macros is if you want to control or have quick shortcuts to amp envelope, panning, filters, and whatnot. So I'm going to select amp because that's what I want. And then I am going to, over here, this is the attack. Over here, this is the decay. Over here, I think this is the sustain. Yes. And then over here, we have the release. And then down here, we have all the time parameters. What I want to do is I want to put down the time for this. Then switch that all the way down to 0. This. So we can just get rid of that initial attack. Then we put up to 99. And I wonder if I press... That doesn't quite sound... Okay, I hope to God this works. Okay, so I think this is gonna work. Quick little side note, turns out the amp envelopes are also independent. I have here voicing. So the C major chords spread out across 2 octaves more or less. What you want to do is you want to have a C in the bass, another C, a G, D. Let me just... It's gonna sound a little... We're going to go to global right over here. Master tune, going to go up to that. What you're going to do is we are going to tune everything down at least negative 32 cents. I was an idiot. I thought negative 8 cents meant it would be get me to 432. Around this point is where it started to get a little bit weird. The website that I pulled the information from and based my patch off had some sort of incorrect information or some erroneous information. Originally, the chord was supposed to be sort of F-sharp chord. I spent so many times just going through iterations of post-it notes until I finally got to the chord, which is less of a F sharp, G flat, more of a F C F A C. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the Wavestation, and plus a little bit of a sound demo for you. I think it's one of the best purchases I've ever made, honestly. There are issues. Notably, the CMOS battery that's in it that helps with the memory is low, so I cannot save new presets, and I can't really do anything about it. Another thing is, around the 90s, there weren't really LED screens, so the one that comes stock on the Wavestation is an LCD screen with a fluorescent backlight. I'm planning to replace the screen at some point. The major issue is that there's a transformer involved, which produces the whiny sound of the Wavestation, but it's also really terrible because I don't have any experience in high voltage. Apparently, with the mod, I can just leave it there and it won't make any noise. But yeah, I'm really happy, and yeah. Oh yeah, if you enjoyed this video, we do make music. We also have a Discord for anything more direct because we don't really use social media that often. If you want to see another one of our videos, then click here. See you next week.